quickly remind us of the trip that you took to India. You know, where'd you go? Who were you with? What were you doing?
Well, the purpose of my trip was to go to visit 2 different missions in Kolkata. I went with my sister-in-law and 2 of my nieces. One of those missions was Dorcas House, which aids currently about 70 widows and their children living in a slum village on Portland. So these widows are helped by being provided with supplementary food parcels once a month, and some of their children are fed regularly. Some of them have their school fees paid for them so they can attend school. And Dorcas House runs like a preschool playgroup a few days a week with the little ones. They're given like a nutritious meal, they're given education and some teaching about Jesus. But the Dorcas House itself is run jointly from people from Australia and America, and it's headed by Janine Gribble, my sister-in-law. And she liaises with the co-founder in over in Kolkata, Cornelia, who herself grew up in an orphanage, a Christian-run orphanage, and she was like abandoned when she was like 3 months old. So while we were there, we sort of lightened Cornelia's load a little bit by running her preschool mornings with lots of stories and songs and activities and stuff like that. We gave a number of talks to the widows throughout our time there. We visited a number of widows in their home because my 17 of those widows are sponsored by people from my sister-in-law's church in the United States. So she had arranged for the sponsors to write letters to all of their widows. So we were to take them to the houses and we gave them to them along with a new sari for each of them. So that was really cool to see that they were so amazed to think that there was somebody, you know, so far away concerned about them, praying specifically for them. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. And the other mission that we went to was at a Free to Be Kids residential home, which is also in Kolkata. We were fortunate enough to be there for their 10th year birthday celebration. So that was a pretty full on first day when we got there, or the day after we got there. So, but the main reason again for going there was to support the staff that were there. So we led some staff devotions, we taught some object lessons, we gave practical help by renovating their tuition room, which involved like repainting, making curtains and new posters for the walls and stuff like that. We did lots of stuff with the kids, from baking to crafts to just so much stuff. You know, stories, devotions, and all those things of course had to be translated, so that was different. Or some of you may remember that I put out a request for some donations for tea towels. So thanks again to those who kindly donated. So we took those tea towels out to 2 different villages that the Free to Be organisation do outreach in. And Janine gave a talk out there around serving others. I can't remember the specifics of it, and if I did I would go be talking for way too long. So, but anyway, at the end of that service we gave out the tea towels, and they were greatly received by everybody. So thanks again. Apart from the reminder of the obvious fact that we have, you know, I live in a very privileged place, and in comparison, we have so much compared to those widows and children that we saw. So I suppose I took from the experience that there's a lot of people who give up their time to serve others. People like Jeanette there at Free to Be Kids, and Cornelia and her staff at Dorcas House. And they put themselves at risk to teach others about Jesus and about what. So it just makes me think that I should do that all that I can in order to help them, to support them in what it is that they're doing. So well, I'm on the Dorcas House board now, which I joined just previous to going to India. And one of the things that we're trying to do there for the women and for the young girls is to set up like a numeracy and literacy classes for them so they can learn to read and write, because hopefully this will help them with, you know, employment opportunities, and then they will be able to read their Bibles for themselves too. So they're really quite excited about that. But that's something that, you know, we'll need to raise funds for in order to be able to pay someone to teach them. But in saying that, sadly, that's all sort of like been put on hold at the moment because, you know, we can't employ somebody to go there currently under the restrictions from the coronavirus. You know, they're not allowed to have people in, or, you know, same sort of thing.